Welcome back to Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. We are here this morning with Monique Joseph. She was the second runner-up at Miss Grand Trinidad and Tobago and our lone representative for Tobago. Congratulations, Monique, and welcome to Tobago Updates this morning.
Thank you, Renessa, and thank you for having me. Good morning, Tobago.
Guys, you see how lovely and vibrant she looks this morning. It's amazing to be able to just showcase and just to talk about Monique's journey at Miss Grand and what it means to represent Tobago on the national stage. So, Monique, can you tell us what inspired you to join the Miss Grand pageant?
What inspired me? I jump at the opportunity for growth every time, and I really wanted to push myself to do something nationally. And when the opportunity came, it was an easy yes. And I'm really happy that I went ahead with it. I didn't get the exact result I wanted, but I found joy in the journey. Yeah.
Right. And you also copped the Miss Photogenic Award. What was that like? How did you feel receiving that award?
Easy peasy. You know, that's my element.
Yes.
You know, as a model, it's just about embodying different aspects of yourself, of your personality, and capturing that on camera.
You know, I was just about to say that, you know, Monique, you could actually see why she won the Miss Photogenic, all right? So congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
But a lot of people normally want to ask this question and probably are afraid to ask it. But what is it like balancing the world outside of pageantry as well as the pageantry aspect of it?
Right. So I'm a businesswoman. I'm an esthetician. I'm a model. And so my schedule is a bit more flexible, but it is a lot of hard work. But once you're dedicated, I feel like you find a way regardless. So for me, it's about time management and just doing what I need to get done at that point in time and leaving the rest for later. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And for the Miss Grand pageant, I know they focus specifically on gender-based violence.
Yes.
And that means that you have to be into advocacy. Can you tell us a bit about what you plan to do outside of pageantry? Are you planning to extend that? How are you going to roll that out here in the Tobago space and even Trinidad and Tobago? What are your plans for that?
Yes, so our advocacy is trying to end gender-based violence, and we really focus on education. So through my advocacy, I am going to do social work and go into schools. And we also plan to really focus on victims. So we've partnered with certain organizations to lend support to victims of gender-based violence.
Okay. And I know we have quite a few clubs on the island that also focuses on that. So that means you'll be partnering with people like Women of Substance to ensure that all victims and all people who have been affected by gender-based violence have that opportunity and that outlet to really heal and to move past it.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, as a Tobagonian, we usually have way more challenges than our Trinidadian counterparts, mainly because this competition is held in Trinidad.
Yes,
and if you don't have lodging or accommodation and stuff like that, you have to be back and forth. What was that like? What were some of the challenges that you faced?
You know, Renessa, I did miss a few training sessions, but, you know, I think family and friends really helped me on that journey to make it easier for me, because I was there for like a month and I stayed with family. So, you know, I have this support system and I'm grateful for that. But it is difficult when you're from Tobago and you have to make it to these Saturday sessions. And you're basically playing out of pocket because it's for your development. So you have to invest your time, your money, and your skills into making it happen.
All right. So you mentioned the back and forth from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
What was your preparation itself like leading up to the pageant? And how did your preparation journey, where was the motivation in your preparation journey?
Preparation was hard. It was every day. I definitely had to sacrifice because, you know, I'm a businesswoman. And so for that month, there was no business. There was just, you know, me focusing on what I had to get done. But you know, that journey really helped me to grow. It really built my strength physically, mentally, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change that journey for the world, yeah.
All right.
And piggybacking off of support, a lot of times people just see the glitz and the glamour of pageantry. They don't understand, as you said, the sacrifices, your parents and your family and your friends, what they put in to help you to get to that point. And since we are there on that point of sponsorship and possibly people donating or even contributing to your overall outcome, I want to find out, do you see potential for pageant tourism here in Tobago?
Yes, I see the potential all the time. And even in this national pageant, there was a lot of potential for Tobago business to shine and open that new market in Trinidad. Because Trinidad is where it's at. You know, let's just be honest. It's where it's at financially. And I really saw the opportunity for Tobagonians to, you know, spread their wings in that way. You know, makeup artists, hair stylists, you know, different things like that, yeah.
Do you think it's because they don't have a full understanding of how the pageantry business works, why they don't actually contribute or are able to come into that space so that they can spread their wings as well?
I think it's a mixture of being maybe timid and not having the right connections, but it's really about putting yourself out there, maybe doing a pitch, and, you know, really pushing your business to a new market.
All right. So, and then you mentioned, no, I'm piggybacking. We're doing a lot of piggybacking this morning. But Renessa would have mentioned, you know, bringing that kind of, those ideas to Tobago. What do you think is the first step in getting this idea off the ground?
The first step is for Renessa and I, who have, you know, done the hard thing and stepped out of our comfort zone to now nurture the younger ones and to nurture persons who are interested, because I know the interest is there. And it's just a matter of us partnering with each other and getting it flowing, yeah.
Okay.
And not only that, I don't think it's just about me and you who have already gone into this space, but it's also about government as well playing their part, or private sector playing their part as well, because a lot of the times they look at pageantry as just a glitz and glam. Pageantry is an opportunity for young women to be ambassadors for Tobago, to showcase Tobago's culture and heritage. And it just reminds me of something I saw on Facebook quite recently, where they were talking about in the social studies textbook, you see a lot more about Trinidad than Tobago. And Tobagonians, we are a lot more informed about Trinidad's natural resources than Tobago is informed about. Trinidad is informed about ours. And that is something I also tried to highlight while I was down there as Miss World, because a lot of the times they just see Tobago as Pigeon Point and Crown Point and that strip down there, but Tobago is a lot more. We have our waterfalls, we have our Heritage Festival. It's from July up until the beginning of August. That's another part of our culture and heritage, because it's still Trinidad and Tobago. And we need to really, when our young women are stepping into these spaces, they have that support. They are also there to showcase what Tobago has to offer, and hopefully that it's received in the best way possible.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So, Renessa, I think that brings us to the end of our interview here this morning.
Oh, no.
All right, but we did enjoy having Miss Monique Joseph here this morning, telling us a little bit about life outside of pageantry, but the pageantry experience itself. A lot of people, you know, as you said, they don't understand that there is a lot of work put into pageantry for the individual, for the organizations involved. So I think Renessa, you as well as Monique, really highlighted those pieces, and we want to thank you so much for bringing that to light. We hope to see a lot more of these type of things in Tobago. As you all said, we have a lot in Tobago to showcase, and we can do that through pageantry. I love to see when the models put together the pieces that they would wear to actually, you know, showcase the types of things we have here. Whether it is, you know, your theme is the coral reef, or your things are the beaches or stuff like that. You know, so pageantry is exciting, and I think it's something that Tobago can take up, right? So we look forward to seeing what Monique and Renessa will have bringing to us to the table soon. All right, so Monique, thank you once again for joining us here on Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Renessa, we need to encourage our viewers to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.